Hello, welcome back to another video. We're on MMA this time. UFC 304 is coming up this coming weekend. Delighted to be joined as always by Jason Murphy. And we're going to be previewing it's Bobby, is it King Green against Paddy Pimblett. How are we, Jason?
I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. Yeah, I think we're to call him King Green now, aren't we? But
I'm calling him Bobby.
he'll always be. He'll
calling
always
him
be.
King. Absolutely not. I refuse that.
Yeah, no, it's a strange one, but he's a strange character. His old Bobby.
He's out there. He's Bobby. He's
Yeah.
definitely out there. But you know what? People want to watch him.
Yeah, for sure, and he's in very entertaining fights. Personally, mate, I'll get your thoughts in a second, but I really like this matchmaking. I think it's very clever. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Bobby's going to be there. He's going to be all over Paddy at the press conferences. You know, he's going to be in his face talking at the weigh-in. He's going to be in his face talking in the middle of the octagon as well. Let's have it right, because that's what Bobby Green does. You know, Paddy, for me, you know, yes, he had the, big name win over Tony Ferguson, but we know Tony's been done for a while. No disrespect, love Tony. He was an amazing fighter in his prime, but you know he's not been right. You know, Bobby Green beat him as well. He put him to sleep, didn't he? I think it was with arm triangle actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and he had the controversial fight with Jared Gordon before that. So you know, it's a big fight for Paddy. This.
I think it's a big step up. I know
Well,
Bobby
Green's
Green,
the favourite.
Yeah, I mean, what's Bobby Green's record? Is he 32-15 or something
Yeah.
like that? I mean, he's amassed, nearly 50, 60 fights. He's a savage. He's good on the mic. He's a personality, but ultimately that he's a good all-round MMA fighter. I believe that Paddy's better on the ground. The problem for me is Paddy seems to have bought into this. You're just a grappler. You're just a jiu-jitsu guy, and I think he's trying too hard to prove that he can stand and bang, and I don't like that. Certainly not with Bobby Green. I think if you do toe-to-toe with Bobby Green, there's a good chance you're going to go to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you know, let's be honest, because that's what we do here. You know, Paddy's chin is in the air when he fights, and to be fair, Bobby Green's is too. His hands are down. You know, he gets comfortable and confident in the pocket. You know, he's there. You know, we saw what happened in the Jalen Turner fight. You know, he got his light switched out. It was terrible refereeing, by the way, in that fight. He took way too many shots.
Yeah,
he came back nicely against Jim Miller at UFC 300. You know, put a real beat down on Jim Miller.
Yeah, that was savage.
Yeah, but for me, this is all about Paddy. He's a hell of a lot to prove in this fight. He looks in fantastic shape, even though he balloons up a lot between fights. But I saw a picture
really
of him yesterday.
I think he's done it. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't do it right ordinarily, but with Paddy, usually he goes from sort of fat to thin. Whereas this camp, he seems to have done it. It seems to have tapered it a little bit more for me, and his conditioning looks absolutely amazing. I think the only issue, well, not issue for me, but the only thing with Paddy for me is, are things outside of the cage? You know, he's making a heck of a lot of money outside the cage, I assume. I don't know anything about his personal circumstances.
Yeah, I think he's got his YouTube, and he's got, you know, big deals with Barstool.
I've also seen BBC.
Yeah, with Molly.
Documentary with Molly, which is a big deal. I've not watched it. You know,
no.
Watched it, but I sort of know Molly through somebody else, and you know, I've had a few conversations with her, so I always like to see what she's doing, and I believe that that's a big thing. I'm hoping that they recorded that a long time ago, and it's not sort of behind the scenes. I just think that if Paddy's on his game and he concentrates and he's all in, then he could have an easy night's work. And I know I've contradicted myself there, because I've said that, you know, Bobby's the favourite.
It's that kind of fight for me. It really is.
I think if Paddy keeps him away from him and, you know, can get on his back, or he can grab an arm or grab a leg and sort of make it awkward in terms of a lot of scrambles, then I think that's Paddy's best chance for a win, is making it awkward. I think if he stands and trades with him, you know, there's a chance that I
don't like that
on his back.
Don't like that route at all for Paddy. Yeah, I'm completely with you as well. On the ground, he clearly has the advantage, and I think that's his path to victory. I think he's going to have to try and, you know, take Bobby down, but you know, that's not going to be an easy feat either.
I think Bobby's a college level wrestler. I want to say. I think he definitely started in wrestling. I think that's his base. You know, his original sort of discipline. So he's he's going to be strong on the hips. Paddy's not going to be able to just force him against the cage and sort of take him down. He's going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
I do think that Paddy will win the fight.
Uh-huh.
I just think that he's younger, sort of fresher, and I think they'll have a good game plan.
Uh-huh.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if he got his lights put out, because Bobby Green can do that to absolutely anybody if they're not on it. If they've got a lapse in concentration and get caught, he's got really fast twitch muscles. His reactions are really fast. Hence why he fights with his hands down. He's confident in his ability to move away from shots. So Paddy's not necessarily known for his concussive punching or fast striking. He can hit. He can bang. He stops people on the feet. He's knocked people out. But I think that Bobby Green is the better boxer, so to speak. So I think Paddy needs to get hold of him and sort of take him down, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you beat me to my next question. I was going to get a prediction from you. So you're picking a Paddy win. How does he do it?
Points.
Okay, that's interesting, because I'm actually going to go the other way. I actually think Bobby Green's going to win a unanimous decision in this fight. Really? I really do. And I hope Paddy wins. I do.
Yeah, me too.
Because I like Paddy. But, again, I'm not going to pick somebody to win just because of their nationality or whatever it is. I'll just pick it the way that I see it. I think Bobby's going to be able to keep things on the feet. And for me, Bobby wins if the fight stays on the feet. If it goes anywhere else, Paddy's world. He has more of a chance. But I just think Bobby's going to use his experience, just use his reflexes, like you say, hands down, and just be able to keep Paddy off him.
I think what I could see happening, and I'm going to stick with my prediction that Paddy's going to win a points decision. But if it did go the way that you're saying, that Bobby would outpoint him unanimously, I think it could be a case of he rocks Paddy in the first or the second, and then Paddy's chasing the fight thereafter.
Potentially, could be 2-0 up, and then
he'll start with his trash talk. He's a bit like Diaz, isn't he? Trash talk.
That's it, exactly like that. He'll give Paddy chances. He'll give him chance, even if he's 2-0 up. Bobby Green will be there with his hands down. So if he's there, Paddy's always going to have a chance. But really, really looking forward to this one. Mate, can't wait for it. So that'll take place. I think it's the fight before Aspinall versus Blades in the co-main event. So a couple of fights up on the main card on Saturday. But yeah, that'll do it for the Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett preview. Thanks for joining us as always, Jason. And yes, cannot wait for UFC 304. Cheers, guys.
See you, man.